Hello, Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Welcome back to the Mystic Hawk YouTube channel and welcome to your Midsummer check-in. Spirit woke me up a couple of days ago and informed me it's time to do the sun sign readings again, mainly because there is a great need out there for each individual. Now, of course, these are general readings, but for having more specific readings for you guys out there to help guide you through these times. These are really powerful changing times where we can have some amazing results, or we make wrong turns and end up back in those nasty karmic loops that we don't want to be in. We just got through closing down a lot of karmic cycles. Now it's time for the rebirthing and the beginning to happen. And so it's really powerful. By the way, I want to thank all of you for those of you that have bought a crystal from Mystic Hawk Crystals. Check out, I got a few new ones down below. I just like to have the slideshow going so you could just enjoy the beautiful crystals. I also have some pendants available. That one right there is hang in there, baby. I don't know if you kind of feel like you're just basically hanging in there, but that crystal pendant will help to remind you to hang in there. So there you go. Let's get into your reading. Stepping through. So these first three cards I picked and I meditate on them. They're the foundation of the reading, and stepping through is very powerful. It's from the Beyond Lemuria deck. And this is talking about, stepping through over the threshold, stepping through into a new reality, going for those goals, stepping into those new promises, new situations, you getting out of the comfort zone. So definitely. But was that old comfort zone really that comfortable? I would guess if you're a Libra, like I'm a Libra, I would say no, it is not. More and more every day, that old comfort zone became uncomfortable to the point, for me personally, there was great pain as I cut the tip of my finger that led down a series of events, that would cause me to review my life and look at things and say, hey, it's now or never. This is a card that says just do it. Even though you don't know where to start, it's about breaking the projects down into little things. You may have maybe this great big project. For me, for example, the Mystic Hawk and Mystic Hawk crystals and getting the website, when I was doing it earlier, in the late winter and the spring and stuff like that, that was a test market, a test run. See how you would receive me coming in and offering crystals and talking about crystals. I realized, wow, it really went over pretty good. So I went back to tweak some things and to look at some things, to see how that would go. Again, there was test, prototype, fail, test, prototype, fail. So you may be going through a similar thing of, oh, that worked, but this didn't work. And for example, check out my website. It went from being a very dark blacks and purples, and I went with the lighter colors, and I really streamlined it down so you can access the crystal shop. Just scroll down, hit the link, and it'll take you right to the Etsy store, and leave the Mystic Hawk open if you want to, and go all over to the far right side of the page and say if you want to access the quartz crystal guide and find out more about the crystals you have, or crystals that you would like to buy that would help you with a certain situation, whether it be a Dow crystal, Isis crystal, barnacle, you name it, double terminated, whatever it is. You can find out more information there, and it's just the beginning. It's a work in progress. So that's something new that I have on my website. You look right down the middle, you have crystal readings, and they are 25% off, and that's the recorded video and my live Zoom readings where I connect with you with the cards, the spirit guides, ancestors, your loved ones from the other side. We have one-on-one interactions. I record audio for you and send you the audio recording. And also those of you that live in the United States, I pick out a crystal and charge that crystal up with the information from your reading and send it to you. So you actually have some physical object that you have from that reading. Those of you that are international now, it's a little different because the shipping is so expensive. If you really like a crystal, we can work out something with the shipping and I can get it to you. Or if you don't want to do that, I worked out something that would be a little more fair. I would do a video. I'll send you a video recording of your Zoom reading instead of just the audio recording to kind of make up for not getting a crystal. So however you want to do it, there you go. So that's kind of an example that I was using of its test prototype fail. I was working and as I was learning these new things about myself and how Mystic Hawk and the Mystic Hawk crystals wanted to go, and of course having one thing after another come up to have to deal with it, and that brings me to the tortoise card, because that really does talk about it. You're too fragmented, and it says do whatever it takes to get grounded. Well, when these situations come up in our lives, they seem like they could be this emergency. We have to act now. But oftentimes, unless it was when I actually cut my finger and had to have 6 stitches, in my finger while I was on a 10-foot ladder, didn't fall, yay. But, that was something that was an emergency. I had to go to urgent care, get it sewn up, that kind of thing is an emergency. You have to drop everything and go deal with that. But a lot of these other things that come up that seem to be big emergencies or big deals, they're just inconveniences. And they can be put in their place or broken down into smaller problems that are easier to handle. And we can find a way to ground, excuse me, to ground. Because if we get into this urgent, hurry, rush, I got to do something about this. Oh, now this situation's come up. Hurry, rush, got to do something about that. Then we can get ourselves very fragmented and ungrounded through that hurry, rush disease kind of thing. Also, when we're too much on the social media, that's one of the things that I did learn is that I went into TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, all of this stuff, and even Facebook. And that, from going from 0 to 60 and that, I realized, whoa, that was too much. So I had to back off and let's be a little bit more moderate and choose formats that I know that work for me, but also, slowly get involved in those others. Because if I'm constantly on the phone or the computer and all this electronic energy coming at me, that can cause us to be ungrounded. One of the things we can do to get grounded is, as I always said in the past, go and sit your butt down on the ground. Literally sit on the ground with your root chakra on the ground to help ground that out. Take your shoes and socks off and put your feet on the ground, if you have somewhere that's a good spot, nice grassy area. Of course, we don't have any green grass here where I live unless people are spending a lot of money to water it, but because it's been a drought here. But, definitely still take the shoes off and be able to put the feet on the ground and ground out. That really helps to ground our energy into earth. And help us to break down our problems. The next one is go after your goals. Okay. So it's definitely, this is go time, Libra. It's go time. No more excuses. All right. And here I am. I mean, the universe has been telling me that, woke me up out of bed saying, go time, get out there and make some videos for people. People are really needing these. And my particular energy, my particular point of view, I don't care if there's 10 million tarot card readers out there. You do it. That's what the universe said to me. Okay. So you may be having something similar where the universe is coming to you saying, hey, Libra, sun, moon, rising, you need to get off your tail and go after your goals like we've been telling you. And even if there's been some failures and setbacks, it says don't give up. Just, reimagine the situation and keep being persistent, especially if it feels like it's something that you really resonate with. Now, these old situations that have been fading out, just like what, let's say I used to work outside a lot. I still love to be outside. I still love to be in nature, but I can't do it the way I used to, especially not in the 100-something degree heat. It's just not doable. So you may have found yourself in some kind of work situation, living situation, whatever it may be, that it just systematically, it is gone to where this is not going to be viable anymore. And it's time to rethink the situation and go after your goals. One of the things I do want to read from this, because it's really interesting. This card here is Robert the Bruce. Robert the Bruce. He was a Scottish king, and he led a lot of uprisings against England back in 1274. and he was known as the father of Scottish independence. Robert the Bruce suffered many defeats on his way to establishing his authority and bided his time before moving forward to become the king of Scotland, not the queen, but the king of Scotland. He was defeated twice in battle by the English before he went into hiding on a remote island off the coast of Ireland. It is said that he often became depressed during his time on the island. Then, one day, he saw a spider in his room. Robert the Bruce sat and watched the spider swinging from rafter to rafter, trying to make its web. It wasn't until the seventh attempt that the spider succeeded in making the anchor for its web. So it went 7 times it tried. So I can relate to that, keep trying, so you may have really tried to do some kind of project or try to go after these goals many times in the past. And you thought, oh my God, I just keep failing. Maybe I should give up on it. It's just not working for me. And what Spirit is saying is to just keep trying. Just like the spider, it changed its angle and how much force it put into its swing until finally it made the right calculation and it stuck the landing. Okay, so just like with anything, whether you're an athlete or a musician or an artist or any kind of profession that you may have, it does take practice, and it's test, prototype, fail until you find a rhythm that works for you. And just like when I was setting up these videos, it took me a little while to get back in the swing, to get the studio all working and flowing really well, the pictures and the slideshow and all this to work in harmony together. But that was built upon all of the things that I had learned in the past for all the years that I've been working with this particular program. And I needed every bit of that experience. Experience is very important. There's never any failures. We always learn from them, right? Says, and once he watched the spider do this, he saw it as a sign to keep persevering for Scotland's independence. He then moved forward with his cause and was successful. So the spider universe sent a spider to him to tell him, don't give up. The tortoise, of course, Mars is in Taurus right now. We're currently in the mid-July 2022, but whenever you watch this reading and it resonates with you, this is definitely your go time as well. But the tortoise, remember the story of the tortoise and the hare. Mars is in Taurus. It's not going to be hare, like running like the rabbit like it was when Mars was in Aries. It's going to be one step at a time. Don't get in too much of a hurry. And if you take your time and deal with the details and all of that, it's going to go much better for you. So the more little things, again, it's about taking this big project, like, oh my God, I don't know how I'm ever going to do it. Or if you got to redo the garage, rearrange your house, whatever it is you're doing, you always break it down. Like if it's a house, you break it down from one room at a time, right? So, or if you're building a big gardens like I used to build gardens that were many acres big and had teams of people to do it. And if I just looked at the whole area, oh my gosh, how could we ever do it? But we broke down a section at a time, and we would deal with a section at a time, finish that or get it to a finishing point so we can move on to the next section. And when we did that, it became this amazing botanical garden. So, okay. And it was over years that these things happen. So as we do these little things, one thing at a time, it will move into something. So let's see what happens. I'm just saying, don't give up, Libra. You might be on the verge of accomplishing something. We have the Page of Pentacles. That is definitely information, news coming along about a financial situation. Pages I often see as news. They can also be a young person, child, or your child, whether they or a young-minded person, so to speak. We're not even going to say immature, but I really feel this is youthful energy. This is the beginning of the project, and getting some news and information about the beginning of the project. Maybe even seeing a little bit of money coming in, not a whole bunch of money, but it is a beginning. So they just said, just get started. Even if even if you have to go back and try again, or or tweak something, that's fine. Just get it out there is what they're saying. We have the reverse sun card. Yeah, I mean, again, I think that it's not going to be all yay, 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 all wonderful things. There's going to be some challenges, just like what the Robert the Bruce or whatever his name was. He I'm sorry, I don't remember his name. I said it like 5 times. But the king of Scotland, he had some really depressing moments when he had to go, I don't know if I could do this. I don't know if I could keep going with this situation. But the little bit of sun that cracked through those clouds came in the form of a spider to show him, don't give up. You just have to rethink it, try again, come from a different angle. Um, yeah, definitely. There's that new beginning, that new creative spark that comes through that moment when he saw the spider and went, aha. That's a new thing. That's also a butterfly there. That's a transformation, because as we go through this, we might have started out as a caterpillar, just the beginnings, just getting started. But every time you build upon the skills, just like I built upon my skills with the videos and and being able to use this particular program and everything, that took time. Of course, I've been reading tarot cards since 1992. That's something that I can do. But the technology part, oh my gosh, pull out the hair. Let me tell you, get ready to throw this computer across the room. But I didn't give up. And because I didn't give up, there's this new beginning, this new creativity. Guess what? An excellent tool. These computers, this technology, excellent tools to express our creativity. So the Six of Wands in reversed. Okay. I feel like with that sun, it feels like maybe there were some disappointments in the past. The victory didn't come out as you had liked. There may have been some, again, I feel a delay in the project, a delay in this creative project, or a delay in even a new work situation where you can be a little more creative. They're taking their damn sweet time, is what I'm hearing from some of you, getting back to you. It feels like, oh my gosh, is this ever going to happen? Let's see what Spirit has to say about that. But, don't give up. Again, he was defeated twice. The Bruce was defeated twice. And then he came back to ultimately be successful. Yes, use that magician energy. You have what it takes. You have everything, all 4 of the elements at your command. You can create your way out of this situation. That's what they said. You can create your way out of the situation, just like he did when he was on that island in exile. The spider came along and showed him a way. We had the reversed Empress here again. We really need to get out of that poverty consciousness before feeling like there's hard to make ends meet. I mean, because that's understandable. It could be a female around you, possibly a mother. In reverse, somebody around you, perhaps that you look up to, even a boss. I'm just feeling like this energy is really needing to get out of that poverty consciousness and realizing, out of the depression and, oh my gosh, we're defeated. I feel like that was something that came through, but there was some kind of message that came through that says, don't give up hope. And they said, don't give up hope and take things slow, one step at a time, just like this Knight of Pentacles, like I was saying, break everything down. Mars is in Taurus. It's going to be going slow, like the turtle. We got the Knight of Pentacles is the turtle. This is a reverse page of wands. Again, I'm saying pages are about news around a creative project, maybe some delays about getting this information out there. It could also be an immature fire sign that you're dealing with, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But again, this would be more of a child situation. What I'm feeling about is some blockage in the throat chakra, because that is news, communication, and having maybe dealing with some blocks in the creativity or some fears of putting yourself out there. Again, having some disappointments in the past, things not going. Again, I'm just hearing check your expectations. Do you lower the expectations? No, you moderate your expectations. Remember that you're a human being and there's only so much you can do in a short amount of time. there's other people out there that have done things that you've done. Of course, uh, you can kind of follow in their footsteps to a degree. But what I'm feeling for a lot of people out there, especially Libras out there, you may have to kind of cut the path and create the way for yourself. Uh, and there's going to come a point where you can't use somebody else's map anymore. It's going to have to be between you and the universe to create a map to get through this situation. So be careful, is what I'm hearing for a lot of you, of getting too much advice or information from other people, because it can be misleading and take you off your path from your new beginning. That doesn't mean that you don't take in good advice when it's available. Watch out, perhaps, again, I'm seeing this correlation between the Empress and this reverse Queen of Pentacles. That would be Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, perhaps Sun, Moon, and Rising. If not, just, really normally very earthy mother, could be a mother energy again, or that, feeling of that financial stability. So again, I'm feeling the financial, that is really throwing you off of your game, is not feeling comfortable with the finances. And we're all going through that to some degree. I mean, everything's more expensive. We're all doing the best we can to do whatever we can to make ends meet. But the universe is not saying that there's just a limited amount. That's poverty consciousness, this lack consciousness, to believing that there's only so much to go around, and I'm going to have to hoard all my food or hoard all my money, or get into this really fearful, manipulative energy around resources. Against, because Queens of the Pentacles do focus on resources, whether finances or food or water, shelter, all that stuff. So instead of getting into that poverty consciousness, the universe is unlimited. They're just saying you have to look for another way, just like the king had to look for another way. The same old ways that you've been doing things over and again, doing the same things over and over and expecting different results. Don't be crazy. Don't go insane, right? Kind of thing. Try something different. The Page of Swords is, again, that's research, information, perhaps even some spying. It could be a magician, it could be a Gemini around you, because the pages do represent air sign. But I really think it's more thought. So again, some more information, perhaps some more downloads about how you can manifest things. Perhaps there's people that come along, or just you being in that Page of Swords thing, because you're an air sign. And pages are the beginning, the youngest of the court cards. He's not, you may not have a lot of experience in this area. Again, out of your comfort zone. He tries to keep a stiff upper lip, but he's not sure what he's doing. I'm going to try, and he may fail. He may get knocked down a few times in the sparring matches, but eventually he gets pretty good with that sword. Once he becomes the king, he is a force to be reckoned with that sword. So, the Bruce here, he had to start out getting knocked down too, until he learned to be the warrior that he is. We have the Ace of Pentacles. So there's going to be some new beginnings, new job, new situation, new cycle, and abundance and creativity, because we also have the Ace of Wands. So Ace of Pentacles and Ace of Wands, that's really great for business and creativity. I really see that if you really go back to the drawing board, get rid of that poverty consciousness, and really imagine the situation is already done. You don't know how it's going to be built, but just like when we were creating those amazing botanical garden situations, we dreamed up one bed at a time. The reverse King of Swords, that's Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. That could be you again, the masculine energy. Be aware of your own thinking, of your own negative ego getting in your way, self-sabotage perhaps. Could be somebody else, authority figures that you're running into, maybe some red tape. It just really depends on your particular situation. Remember, this is a general reading. We have the Queen of Wands. Wow, Libra, are going to be dealing with a lot of people. I mean, there could be children, there could be older people. I mean, it's going to be people. So I do see a lot more socializing coming in, perhaps some networking going on through the socializing. That could be you coming into your Queen of Wands energy once that Ace of Wands has been, because we got the Ace of Wands, the Page of Wands, and the Page of Wands reversed, because that might be a missed message or miscommunication. But it's about that fiery spirit and that creativity coming back. So I really see a rebirth, even though there was a little delay or some miscommunication. That okay, so they are that things are going to be moving again. Okay, so the fire energy is coming back. This is Leo season, so we are coming up to a fiery season very soon in the next week or so. So in Leo season, the things may be going rapidly. We have the reverse Three of Cups. Really be kind of careful about the groups of people that you're involved in. I see this as somewhat of a solo project. But if you get in this Three of Cups reversed with this Queen of Pentacles with the Six of Wands reversed, somebody there might be somebody around you that does not want to see you get a victory. They could be jealous. Again, that's because they're in poverty consciousness. But if ultimately there you are, Libra, as the last card, you will have justice. Justice will be done. So again, like the king got defeated a couple of times, well, you're going to come back a winner in the end. So don't give up, Libra. It could even be a court case involved. Might have had to come at a different angle, but eventually you will win out. Again, just be really careful about working with other people, especially getting your energies mixed up and involved with other people. Do as much of it as you can by yourself. Again, I really do see you having help. The king had to have an army to help him win Scotland over. So it's not saying, but it's clearly defined boundaries. And being careful who you talk to about what, keeping things on the down low is really important until you get those projects launched and go public, because, you might have a spy. We do have the Page of Swords here, so be careful with that. Deservingness, that's one of the key things. We have the Angels of Abundance here, so we're all focused on money and abundance, so I picked those out. And says you're a beloved child of God, and like everyone, you deserve to receive support that will allow you to focus upon your divine life purpose. Even if you can't yet recognize your lovable qualities, trust that God and the angels can see how amazing you truly are. Okay. Cooperation instead of competition. So maybe in the past you were in situations with this reverse Three of Cups. Here we got the three angels and we reverse Three of Cups. So perhaps in the past where you felt like there was a defeat, could be in an old work situation, could be with somebody that's a Queen of Pentacles, the boss, the lady with the money, whatever the situation that you were in, you felt a little defeated, 3 against 1 kind of situation, but now you're going to be moving into a situation where there's cooperation instead of competition, that there's more than enough to go around. People don't have to be in competition and fighting and battling with each other for recognition or bonuses or whatever that is. I really feel that you're moving in with this Justice card into a more fair and balanced environment. Perhaps it's one of your own creation. That's why it's more fair and balanced, at least for you, Libra, right? So okay, again, stepping away from these old situations, the old patterns, and creating something new. Awesome, Libra. I wish you over this next month many blessings in your creativity and your finances. If you are doing your own business, may it do well for you at a pace that you can handle comfortably. Everybody wants to start out and go viral, but are you mentally and emotionally, psychically, spiritually ready to handle that kind of influx? May it come in a way that works with your growth pattern, in a way that helps to support you somehow, some way, but also in a way that you can really grow and build on this and to have some lasting victories and successes. May you have these blessings from now throughout this month and to come. So there you go, Libra. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, and I will see you again soon. Keep an eye out for all my mystic insights and my insight videos, my crystal videos, because there will be some of those coming around the corner. All right. Bye bye now.